Hello, and welcome all my beautiful, vibrant hearts and ephemeral souls to today's Pick a Card reading. Today we're going to be looking into what is your spiritual gift. Now, this might be the strongest gift, your primary gift. This even could be referring to a new spiritual gift that will be emerging for you. So I ask that you approach this reading today with curiosity, awareness, but also openness. I'm really excited to see what comes through. So we're going to look at what your gift is, how it tends to manifest, the types of situations where you might be called to use it or most likely to use it, as well as any insight or advice your guides have about this. So we have 3 options to choose from today, as usual. Option 1 is signified by the pyrite. Option 2 is signified by the Caribbean calcite. You see that? Sorry, we got lots of sunlight, which is great, but sometimes it makes it hard to see. And option 3 is denoted by this celestite. So you can pause the video if need be, take your time, you can meditate, contemplate on the options in front of you. When you have found one that best resonates with your energy, head down to the timestamps in the description box below. I forgot to mention, I'm just remembering, this is my tarot special of the month. So if you are looking for this reading for yourself to get really in-depth into the nitty-gritty, that will be linked down below, at least for the time that I'm filming for October 2024. That's the tarot special of the month. Okay, so now head down to the timestamps in the description box below. I will see you at your selected option. Hi, Group 1. So I forgot to mention until the very end of the intro, in case you missed it, I want to just quickly mention that this reading, at the time I'm filming, this is the tarot special of the month. So for the month of October 2024, this reading is like I said, the tarot special. So it's linked down below in the description box. If you find this outside of 2024 and you want this reading, you can still get this for yourself through a regular 1-question booking with me. But yeah, just for excuse me, for this month, it is the special, so it is available for a discounted rate than a regular 1-question. Cool. Now that I got that out of the way, when I was shuffling everything out, you guys got the pyrite, right? The pyrite, right? Yeah, I stand by it. You guys got the pyrite. There was this like very electric energy when I took all the cards out, and I was setting them up for the thumbnail and whatnot. Yours kept spinning around. So you could have a thing where your spiritual gift kind of shifts and changes, or like the terms of it change, the way it's expressed changes. This could be something that is coming into your life now, or it kind of like sporadically is more active at certain periods of your life and less active. It feels like there's less predictability with your gift in particular, but it is part of your abundance. It is part of how you experience luck. This could be intimately intertwined with your Jupiter placement. So I would study your Jupiter placement in your chart as well. I'm taking a sip of water. Hang on. Oh, that's the good stuff. So with that, let's see what you guys got. Oh, you guys got Animal Communicator. Okay. Psychically connects to animals, works heavily with familiars, helps animals communicate. Okay. Excuse me. This might also explain some of that kind of, less predictable quality, is that the animals that you connect to might, it might not be every animal, but it might be specific animals. Especially, I'm really drawn into works heavily with familiars. You might find that this gift is strongest when you have a familiar in your life. If you're not, well, familiar with that phrase, a familiar is an animal that works very heavily alongside a spiritual practitioner, particularly somebody who identifies as something like a witch, warlock, but somebody who practices some type of magic or energy work. A familiar is an animal that connects with them spiritually and assists them in their work. And that's a whole separate topic for another day. So if you guys want a different video about that, let me know. But I was really drawn into that. So you might have familiars that come into your life, whether you do this consciously or not. You might have familiars that come into your life at specific times to help assist you in certain types of work. We have 19, so this makes me think of the Sun card in the tarot, but it also reduces to a 10, and all 10s reduce to a 1. So there's a note of endings and beginnings. This could be where when you're in transitional phases, this happens the most frequently or the strongest. This could also be where animals are a part of your joy, right, with that sun energy. Animals are a part of your joy. Animals might be really drawn to you. Like, you just vibe with animals. You're that person that goes to the party and just talks to the dog, which is awesome. Let's be friends. But this is your primary or your strongest spiritual gift, or one that is emerging for you. So let's get more details. I'm just deciding what deck I want to start with. Actually, I'll start with the Animal Apothecary deck. So let's see what we got. Oh, that's too many. Okay, let's get one spirit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. You guys, claim your power and abundance. All right, very clear message. Although that kind of looks badass for all the wax. Wow. I'm going to put those up here for a sec. This one I'm keeping, but holy sniz. Focus on the big picture wanted to come out, and that's card 19. So 19 is a very specific or like special number for you. Hang on, I'm just going to relight that candle really quick. So this is what I mean. There's like some kind of crazy energy that happens here. Let's see what we got. I love that, by the way. You guys don't know. That's a little thing about me. I love that moment when you light a match on another match. Like, that's just, that really does something. Does something for me spiritually. Thanks for standing by, you guys, while I figure this out. That's bonkadonks. So tigers are coming through, whales, pigs, and we do have the image, of course, of the dog. Some of you guys have a Wiesla or a Weimaraner, or you had one in childhood, and it was very, very special for you. Dag nabbit, y'all. I can do this. I'm a grown woman. I know how to use matches. I'm literally down to 2 more, so if I don't get this, it's gonna be all right. You know, done is better than perfect, but still. I'm gonna like lift this bad boy up a little bit. Oh, I got rid. You guys, I'm having a moment. All right, you ready? We're gonna. All right. Thank you guys for standing by. That was crazy. Okay. So, what's at the bottom? Tame and attain. We have another 10 showing up. Some of you are year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac, or that's important to you in some way. Some of you, you're like mad into horses. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So you got self-worth, love, value, and respect. This is card 11. Let's see. And again, I want to acknowledge that you have claim your power. We've made a mess. Claim your power and abundance here. And all the red that is now imbued into this card. I can't believe that. There's something here about, you know, this feels like a separate message, but you guys are meant to be abundant. Some of you are meant to be like, have like a career working with like animals or animal communication in some form or fashion. Some of you, the next animal you will connect with in a meaningful way, the next familiar you're going to work with, is going to be an animal whose spirit helps you reach abundance. Like, that's when they come into your life. That's when you guys work together. Very heavily so. This could be a dog for some of you. But I feel like your spiritual gift here with self-worth, love, value, and respect, this feels like a cycle that you've been on more recently. I feel like you connect really heavily with animals in order to help create these energies. So you might have like, you might work really heavily with familiars when you're transmuting really heavy energies, right? We have an 11, that's a master number. So there's a lot here about ascended consciousness. You guys may have been on a journey to establish these things in your life, the self-worth, love, value, and respect. You could be somebody, again, who's very passionate about animal welfare, and that's because you have this really strong psychic bond with animals. This could be something that is taking more of a dominant or primary role in your life coming up soon, but I want to get more details. I do feel like with those 2 other cards that came out, you have a cycle where, like I said, a new familiar is going to come into your life, possibly not too long from now, and it's like you guys are psychically linked and connected. This familiar is helping you get to this like very significant cycle of abundance and power. But let's see. Okay, I actually want to take this one. I do want to look at what this was, though. Yeah, determination. Excuse me, with the solar plexus. And there's that rebirth at the bottom. Like I said, for some of you, you're going through a rebirth. And it's having to do with these qualities of cultivating a better relationship with yourself. That's why the abundance can come in. You're also claiming your power. Yeah, look at that. Angels and Masters, 33. This is always the Ascended Master Consciousness card for me. Okay, so this is what happens. You guys have a really interesting spiritual gift. Now, this doesn't mean this is your only spiritual gift, but this is just the one Spirit wants to talk about right now. And I feel this is because you have an important cycle coming up. So it's all coming together. You work really heavily with familiars when you're transmuting a lot of energy. You work really heavily with familiars. Familiars for you, so the animals, the special animals in your life, are psychic conduits for you. I think a lot of you guys can connect to Ascended Master Consciousness. A lot of you guys can receive divine inspiration, but specific animals help you do that even better. And it may very well be that for you guys, I'm getting this energy that there's a connection between your crown chakra and your heart chakra. So when you connect very deeply to an animal, emotionally, you also connect very deeply, not only psychically, but connect to source energy at a deeper level. It's like animals open up your heart in that way. And that's what allows better understanding, better communication. And I feel like this is coming through because you have a cycle in your life that is all about, where'd it go? It's all about claiming your power and finding your abundance. A lot of you guys have been healing your root chakra very heavily. So this next cycle in your life is all about claiming your power and getting abundance for that. There's also this energy with the whale here of sharing your wisdom. We have a 9 and 25 reduces to a 7. Both of those are very spiritual numbers for me, but 7's more about going inward and seeking answers, and 9 is about using those answers to serve others as far as I'm concerned. And so a lot of you guys, you've been going inward. You've been on this cycle, like I said, to love yourself better, to transmute some heavy energy, to heal your root chakra. And it feels like you are about to enter into a cycle where you're going to use that wisdom as a way of gaining quite a lot of abundance, right? You're heading into a new energy chapter entirely. So many of you have a new familiar that is going to come into your life. For some, this could be an animal that recently entered your life and the bond with them will deepen. But you have a gift of being able to psychically communicate with certain animals as a way of connecting deeper with source consciousness. And you'll know it when you say, like, if you've ever called like a pet, you know, your soul cat, your soul dog, you'll know that feeling. You'll know what that has been like. I feel like if this, you know, if you guys pick this pile, you've already worked with at least one familiar in your life. You have these really specific, significant soul bonds with certain animals that you are meant to meet strategically and periodically throughout your life. And this gift is coming through now because you're about to meet another one, or your bond is about to deepen. And like I said, that's how you receive psychic information. That's how you receive deeper access to consciousness. That is so cool. I absolutely love that. So let's see what else you get here. I'm like so scared I'm going to accidentally throw it in the candle now. That's such a wild thing that happens. Woo, okay, you guys got midnight with the most magical hour of all. Some of you have an animal named Midnight, or you will have an animal. Some of you, it's a cat. It's a black cat. Some of you, it's a tuxedo cat. So some of you have a tuxedo cat named Piano or Keys, or that's what you're naming it. Some of you have a tuxedo cat named Bowtie. That's really specific. We have winter at the bottom with the sacredness of pausing. You guys have been in a period of pause and integration. And I do feel like that is coming to a close. It's interesting too, because in this deck, this is the Soul Star chakra color, right? And so there's a sense here of connecting. That's the 8th chakra. This is the chakra of the shamans and the mystics. So once again, communicating with animals psychically for you is very much about not only receiving this divine inspiration, but being able to then lead other people. That's this next cycle. So with midnight here, in the most magical hour of all, the number 12 might be significant. The number 3 might be significant. There's a sense here of a cycle being up, right? For me, this is time's up. For some of you, New Year's is going to be very important. It may already be important. That could be an anniversary, a birthday. That could be your favorite holiday. But time is up pretty much on this old cycle. It was 1444 on the timer as I said that. Time is up on this old cycle. And I gotta say, even for your reading, I've got like a wicked case of time dilation happening right now. And so you might find that you've been in a cycle where the timing feels weird, feels off, doesn't make any sense. Time is up on this old cycle, and it's about time to start something new. Sorry if you can hear somebody's horn honking. It's about time to start something new. You have tamed all aspects of self. You have grown in understanding of all aspects of self. You've grown in your self-love. So I want to know a little bit more kind of about how your gift functions and then this new cycle. Oh, we have the star coming out. I love it. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And then we have the Page of Swords. I like how it's catnip too. It's hilarious. I want to look at this card, but I don't want to take it. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. And we have the 2 of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so again, that 2 of Pentacles indicates that it feels like you're in a period of transition. And it also feels like these specific animals come to you like at these transitional moments as you're about to start a new phase. And it doesn't mean every phase is one where you connect with connect deeply and psychically with a familiar. And it also doesn't mean that every animal you connect with is going to be one that you are psychically attuned to. You will know the difference, right? There will be aspects of those relationships with animals that you have that are almost human in some kind of form, right? And it might sound silly when you explain it to other people, but you're like, no, it's just different. It's just special. Like, I just know. So the way it works, these are more kind of clarifying your gifts. The Star, the 5 of Cups reverse, and the Page of Swords. It feels like you connect heavily with animals for healing. You also might connect very heavily with animals when you are in you are being a healer. You are working in a healing capacity very, very heavily with others. So animals I'm trying to make it perfect. My Virgo placements are showing. I'm going to leave it alone. Animals might be drawn to you. Familiars might come into your life where you're in the middle of a significant amount of healing work, whether for yourself or for others or both. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, the way that they do their work, like I said, is that it gives you access to newer ideas, newer consciousness. The animals that you work with might help, kind of nudge you toward opportunities to learn more about like the healing modality that you're using. So for example, let's say if we have catnip here. Let's say if you get a cat that you're working with as your familiar, whether you're aware of that or not, you could try to start growing your own catnip, and this could lead you down a path to herbalism, right? And that's part of your healing modality. It's stuff like that, right? The animals that are meant to be in your life in a psychic capacity help direct you toward the consciousness that you need to attain in order to also be aligned on your divine path very heavily. That is so cool. So I want to see what this new cycle in your life is about with this midnight energy. Again, it's your abundance. It's claiming your power. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. For many of you, whatever you have been kind of working on with this healing cycle, you are about to use this information, this consciousness, to help assist other people. And this is actually going to be quite a source of abundance for you. Even though the 9 of Pentacles isn't specifically about reputation and legacy, I am getting that energy here. We have a lot of 9 energy coming up as well. So we have the 8 of Wands reversed. For some of you, this is something you're going to do wherever you're at, right? There's not a lot of travel. And we have the 2 of Cups reversed. For some of you, the way that you're going to help, you may have been healing from codependency. You may have been healing from a challenging relationship that fell apart. And this is what you're going to be teaching others about, right? We have a soulmate energy with the 2 of Cups, but it's reversed. We have this independent energy with the 9 of Pentacles, and it came out upright. For some, there was a really significant soul-bonded relationship that just kind of with the 8 of Wands reversed, sometimes that could be rapid energy movement that just hits a wall. And it feels like this may have been something that taught you threw a lot of your energy into something that you really wanted, whether it's a relationship, a job, and it did not pan out. And it feels like the way that that's helped you grow with the 9 of Pentacles into somebody who is more self-sufficient, more independent, has helped you heal your relationship with codependency has helped you cultivate better self-love and worth and respect. That's what you're going to be, sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling. So that's what you're going to be teaching to others. That's where your power comes from. And that's also what's moving you into a more abundant space. Yep, the Ace of Wands is at the bottom. You might channel this into your creativity. You might channel this into some type of speaking. I'm noticing we have Mulin, and Mulin is really good for cleansing the lungs. The lungs, obviously, you know, associated with our ability to speak for ourselves, but also spiritually speaking, the lungs are associated with processing grief. A lot of you guys are releasing significant amounts of grief. You have transmuted a lot of grief-based energies, and now you are going to be moving forward in a much more empowered direction, right? And so with this Ace of Wands, you're getting inspired to take a step toward your spiritual path. We have Judgment in reverse at the bottom. And so it feels like this is something where you're about to get a call, right? You're about to get some type of knowing and understanding from spirit, and that will be all of this will be playing a role in your next steps. So many of you, don't be surprised if you have a special animal come into your life in some form or fashion. And then this, not long after that, this is leading up to you finding your calling, finding your place. And with the number 9 being so significant, again, we have 7s and 9s a lot, and 8s actually. We are currently, 2024 at the time I'm filming this reduces down to an 8. So 2025 numerologically reduces down to a 9. This may be for many of you that you find this calling, this purpose, this big shift in your reality in 2025. And so don't be surprised if you have had a new animal come into your life, or one is about to come into your life. That animal is working with you psychically to give you the information that you need. So this is what I have for group 1. This was super duper cool. I want to thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. Like I said, if you would like this reading for yourself, that is going to be linked down below. And yeah, I'm really, really excited for you guys. So let me know in the comments what you think about this or what your experience is like. I am wishing you the best and brightest, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. I want to apologize. We had a little waxident going on in group 1. It was intense, so sorry about that, but thank you. So you guys chose the Caribbean calcite. I'm feeling a lot of peace. I'm feeling a lot of healing. Some of you guys need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a vacation. But I am feeling like very much like a peaceful vibe. You might be a peacekeeper. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm swaying side to side all of a sudden, so I'm like, oh, that's nice. You guys, oh, I think I'm accidentally moving the rig. Sorry. You feel like you guys are very much, yeah, you're very much like a chill energy. You might be very grounding in some ways. You might have kind of this like gift of being able to go with the flow, right? This gift of adaptability. So I am picking up on that. Some of you guys might be clairsentient as well. Something I'm kind of getting. You have a very strong 9th chakra is something I'm kind of picking up. Like you understand the universal order of things, and so you kind of don't really sweat it all that much. Like it feels like it's very hard to ruffle your feathers in a real and serious way. You also might have a very strong solar plexus chakra, so like you're not afraid to take action on things. It feels like you're either in this place or you're moving into a place where you're very confident with how the universe and its sacred machinations kind of shake out, so you're sort of not worried about stuff. It's very nice. It's a vibe. So let's see what you got. So your primary spiritual gift, the one spirit most wants to talk to you about at this time. Oh, I think I forgot to mention this till the very end of the intro, but for those of you who are interested, at the time I'm filming, so for October 2024, this is the tarot special. Now, if you're finding this after October, you can still book this reading with me if you're interested in a personal. It will just be a standard 1-question reading instead, so the tarot special is just at a slightly discounted price. But if you're interested in this reading for yourself, you can find that linked below. Okay, so your primary spiritual gift. Oh my God, I was thinking about this card too. That's why I was like, it's a very grounding energy. There it is. So you have card 18 with Sacred Ground. It says grounding energy, strong connection to Gaia, gets psychic information in nature, helps those in chaos to spiritually rebalance. Absolutely, my friend. So once again, this isn't your only spiritual gift, but this is the one that Spirit most wants to talk about. You guys, you might get replenished in nature. It might be a little nature baby. You could also do, even though we have a forest depicted here, you could also possibly get this by the water. That might be very healing for you as well. But you are a grounded energy. Like I said, you know, I'm getting strong third and ninth chakras. So there's a sense here of the ninth chakra is the universal chakra. And it's all about like kind of understanding like divine order, universal order at some intuitive level. Like you get it, even if you can't quantify it or explain it. And there's kind of this piece that goes along with it where it's like, okay, you know, for what it's worth, come hell or high water, it's going to work out. And many of you, that gives you the confidence to act. That gives you the confidence to, like, you're not like overthinking every action, right? A lot of you guys understand that there are cycles in our lives. There are cycles that echo throughout the universe. And so you kind of are like not really fearful of making, like a lot of you guys have come to this understanding of no matter what mistake you make, it's not so big that the universe can't fix it. It's not so big that the universe will stop working right. That's so cute. As I said that, a ladybug flew over and landed on the curtains in front of me. So you guys have that awareness, and I think that that's a huge strength of yours, and many people could seek out your peacefulness, could seek out your wisdom as a, I was going to say response, yeah. So when they are responding, like when they're in moments of chaos, helps those in chaos to spiritually rebalance, they seek you out. I want to look at this card but not take it. Yeah, let go and bury. A lot of you guys don't hold on to anything that's not for you. Some of you guys are Aquariuses or have Aquarius placements. And at the bottom, we have the illusion in reverse. This card for me is all about like survival mode thinking. A lot of you guys, you know, you might be really comfortable in your definition of abundance. You just trust the universe hands down. And so like that's a really beautiful, potent gift. Yeah, Master Manifestor. I'm not shocked at all. We have a 10 coming through here. So I think you can like flow with death and rebirth cycles pretty easily. Crows might be significant as are spiders. You guys can manifest a lot. I think also too, one of the strengths is that you guys see your manifestations for what they are. You guys could kind of have a natural gratitude energy or have a really strong gratitude practice. But again, it's like you understand the universal cycles, even if you can't articulate them. You understand that things are always working out. Things are always like moving in a greater order to like support you. And so a lot of you guys, like I said, you also recognize with the spider energy kind of being this creator energy and really like at the center of the, you know, the web of their creations, you guys can recognize when something comes in that is your manifestation. Some people, you know, they'll manifest and they'll have this idea of like, this is what it needs to look like, or this is how much I'm going to have to work to get it. They've got their sights set on something and that's the only way they'll recognize, oh, I got my manifestation. A lot of you guys, you're able to pretty easily see like, oh, okay, you know, I asked for this and it looks like this, but that's totally like a recognition of my manifestation. So like, for example, let's say you were trying to manifest an extra, I don't know, $1,000 and you got let go from a job, but you got severance pay. Like a lot of you guys would kind of recognize like, oh, that's that extra $1,000 I manifested, even if it's not in the way that I thought I was going to. And I think for you guys, that's pretty like, that's kind of like good confirmation. Like you feel like, okay, the universe is listening to me. A lot of you guys have a lot of trust in the universe as well, because you understand how it works, even if once again, you can't articulate it or point to it. That's pretty neat. So let's see what else you get here. Is this one? Yep. You got dawn, the light after the darkness. You always know the sun will rise again. A lot of you guys don't really fear that all that much. We have a lot of light on both of these cards, especially light coming up after darkness or through the darkness. Yep, because at the bottom, the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. You're not afraid when things are in a lull. You don't panic. You don't stress out. You don't like seize up and freak out if things are just kind of chill. A lot of you guys know that the answer will reveal itself right in the right time. So many of you guys just wait for that moment, right? The crow is just looking very, you know, adamantly at this dawn card. A lot of you guys just wait. You guys know how to wait for the right timing. And we have nurturing, very Empress vibes. This is the Earth Star chakra. So For me, the Earth Star chakra is really, it's similar to the root, but it's at a deeper level. It's finding the spiritual in every single piece of our living, tangible, breathing existence, right? So you guys have a really good relationship between understanding the, the macro, the big universal order, and understanding, like, seeing the spiritual in everything we experience, being able to feel the universe's energy throughout our grounded 3D world. There's like a top to bottom understanding. You just get it. At the bottom is love, because you understand, and I say this all the time at Vibrant Heart, but the universe runs on love. The universe runs on high vibrational energy the way a human body runs on health. There's a working order and there is more of a dysfunctional order. And the universe will always try to guide things back to love, back to working function. A lot of you guys just get it. And so instead of having fear for the process, you have love for what it brings you. A lot of you guys, and this might be something you have to work on. It's not saying that every moment you're in this place, but your general energy, at least at this point in your journey, is that you just get it. A lot of you guys have a really good relationship with, again, that Gaia energy, that mother energy, and you feel like the universe just takes care of you. And that's why it does. And like I said, you guys don't freak out when things don't go your way. You guys don't freak out when things look like a mess on the surface. You're like, no, it's going to work out. It's just a matter of time. Trust the process. So I want to know more about this. We have the Fool in reverse. Let's see. No? Okay. Yeah. We have the Eight of Swords. Oh, okay. We'll take those. At the bottom is Death. Yeah, we got Scorpio. Okay, so then we have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups reversed. So, again, I feel like this is kind of representative of you don't take any brash action. You wait for things to transform on their own. You wait for things to work themselves out. This feels like, as far as your spiritual gift goes, though, this might be because you've gone through your cycles where you have freaked out, where you may have changed a lot, but where you have freaked out, where you've lost the things you loved and you had to learn to adapt and bounce back. This also feels like, it helps those in chaos through spiritually rebalance. This is kind of what you help bring to the table, is when people feel as if not only their happiness is gone, but it feels like their chance to move toward happiness, right? This is the beginning of a journey, is gone, or they don't know how they're going to get there. They feel like they're stuck in limbo. You attract people who are in that panic energy, and it feels like you kind of help them ground and you help kind of shed some light. Some of you share your experiences and you're like, look, something similar happened to me. I thought, when I lost my job, I thought my life was over. When my partner left me, I thought it was over. I was never going to be happy, right? But, I've learned that things will always kind of work themselves out, or whatever it is, right? There's self-limiting beliefs, and that's where people get stuck. And I feel like you share your own experiences about those moments where the light has dawned, for sure. Excuse my burp. You help people kind of change their views on the subject, change their opinions. That's too many. But we did have that Six of Wands in reverse peeking out. So you help when people are kind of going through moments of like failure. Yeah, Nine of Cups reverse, when it feels like people have lost their wishes, like it's not going to be granted. The Knight of Swords reverse, and they feel like they're stuck. They don't know what to do, right? It's like, do I wait? Do I hold on? I put all my eggs in this basket. What do I do now? It feels like that's when people run into you. That's when you kind of help them ground. Yep, and there's that Knight of Pentacles, because you're just doing your thing step by step. You're making what you want to make, and you trust the universe is going to do whatever needs to be done to make that happen. And you're not so, it feels like you guys are not so deeply hell-bent on it looking one way. That's why it works out for you. That's why it's making me think it was a Sheryl Crow. It's not having what you want, it's wanting what you've got. You guys have mastered learning how to shift your perspective to wanting what you have. And a lot of people are still reaching outside themselves, outside the present moment, to try to find happiness. You have mastered the understanding that happiness is in the moment if you look for it, right? If you nurture it, if you water those seeds. Yeah, I cut the deck and we have the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of you guys, you're either a very like self-sufficient, independent, abundant person, or you're on your way to becoming that. A lot of you guys feel like you live abundantly. You see abundance in every corner of your life. And that's how people experience your energy as well. So I kind of want to pull just like a kind of a couple more cards to get some more details or like advice from spirit. Let's see. Sorry, it's hard for me to shuffle and frame because it's, yeah. So we have the Page of Swords at the bottom. I feel like there's some of you guys, it's time to share your experience, your wisdom, possibly on social media, possibly in a digital context. Even if this is just going online and sharing about some of your experiences, it might be time. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And the Star. A lot of you, you're leaving behind a job or some type of like investment materially. This could be a home. And many of you, you feel like it's probably time to do that, and you are getting confirmation, both in this reading, but I feel like in the next, I'm seeing 2 months, you're getting confirmation that it is in fact by Aquarius season. You're getting confirmation that it is in fact time to move on. Some of you guys are going to get inspiration to move in a new direction, and that's going to feel like the offer you needed. Your offer will be coming more at an intuitive level, right? Where you're gonna know where to go, you're gonna know what to do. A lot of you guys have just been waiting, you've been sensing this for a while. And it's like you've been kind of waiting, you've been letting things fall away. You know, it feels like things slowly kind of are tapering off in one area of your life, and you've just kind of been waiting for the inspiration, the knowing of when it's time to take action, when it's time to move. You are going to be getting that within the next couple of months. And so if you guys are kind of wondering what's up next, like this is, I feel like you guys already sort of know this, but this is confirmation that you will be getting the insight that you need very, very soon. Like I said, grounding is very important, spending more time outside. For some, working more with plants or like herbs, being able to like craft or create something that gets you some, if you've been wanting to start foraging, now is a great time. But getting you outside and having it be something you can connect with, you can create, you can make something with, that's a really beneficial way to kind of like stimulate your spiritual gifts. So that is what I am seeing for you today, group 2. I hope that's been helpful. This has been really, really neat. Yeah, and I want to wish you a beautiful day full of great blessings. So take care, my friends. Bye. Ah. Hi, group 3. Okay, I want to apologize. We had a little accident going on in group 1. It was wild, but sorry. So you guys picked the Celestite, and that's actually the stone that is lining the perimeter of the video today. So you guys might work very heavily with the angelic realm. You might have a very strong throat chakra. For some of you, the way you sing is very spiritual, or singing is a spiritual act for you. That is something I'm getting. Very sweet energy, very peaceful energy. So let's see what we got here. I want to make note, I forgot to mention this. I said it at the very end of the intro, but for the time that I am releasing this, so October 2024, this is my tarot special of the month that will be linked down below. But if you find this reading after, you can still ask this question as like a 1-question reading. Excuse me, as a 1-question reading. And yeah, so that will be available. So if you want to know what, like a little bit more specifically for you, as opposed to, you know, a general reading, what your gifts are, what they look like, then yeah, that will be available on my shop, you guys, my words. And keep in mind that this is just talking about the spiritual gift that Spirit most wants to bring forward. So it doesn't have to be your only spiritual gift. It doesn't even have to be your primary spiritual gift, but this is the one that Spirit wants to bring forward. This even could be a new one that is emerging. Okay, so let's see. Oh, there it is. That's why, heart chakra healer. Emotional healing, unconditional love, models healthy love, inspires forgiveness and acceptance. 41 reduces to a 5. You change people's hearts. I feel like, so there's that angelic vibe, right? You're coming through as a healer. Especially for those who have been through quite a lot. In this, when I made, so this is a deck I made, and there are cards for all the major 7 chakras. There are healer cards and awakener cards. So you got the healer in particular, the heart chakra healer. Meaning that you really come in and offer a lot of healing for people. I'm really drawn into unconditional love. I feel like you offer unconditional love, especially to people who have never really received that before. So let's see what we get. You guys work with the angels very heavily, I feel. Yeah, let's see what you got. Yeah, group 1 got this too, interestingly enough, a very different vibe. So it says self-worth, love, value, respect. We have 11 here. So that's an ascended master number, all about like bringing in higher consciousness. You really, I always like with the 3 coins, it makes me think of the 3 of Pentacles. You work in partnership with spirit, but again, very heavy angelic energy in particular, to help people heal and grow to move toward these values, right? Self-worth, self-love, self-value, self-respect. You offer unconditional love. That might be, again, the first time anybody's experienced unconditional love. Very, very sweet. You might have Venus in the 10th, 11th, or 12th house. You might have the moon in the 10th, 11th, or 12th house. You may also have Cancer in any of those houses. You could have Chiron in Cancer as well, is something I'm getting. But yeah, you offer people love. Very plain and simple, straightforward, but let's get more details. I try to shuffle on camera. It's really hard just based on the space. It's not that one. It is this one, though. Yeah, this is the crown chakra with I am presence. So it feels like you really ground people. You give people space to say what they need to say. There's a card sticking out that got my attention. Yeah, there it is, the sacral with relationships. And there's another 3 and a 3 here. So again, that expressive quality. You give people the room to say what they need to say. I feel like you offer very genuine, loving words to people. The words that you offer from a place of love really, really stick with people. You could activate people's crown at the same time. Look at the bottom. Communication. There's that throat chakra with 21, and that reduces to a 3. So 3 might be a significant number for you. 333 may also be a number intimately intertwined with your spiritual work. Well, let's get more details. It's so hard to shuffle these. The group 1, the cards flew out and flew into the candle and like knocked it out and stuff, and like I'm scared now. So it's this card. Yep. Spider with community and web weaving. You bring people together, I feel like. This is why I'm getting heavy Cancerian energy. You might be the mom friend. And the bottom is the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. Some of you could be Scorpios, or have Scorpio placements. You could have 8th house placements. But I feel like when people have been through, it feels like when people feel cut off, right, from the other, like maybe they have been disowned by family, or they've had to cut family out. They don't, like, they don't have much structure in terms of friends. It feels like when they're really, something big has ended in their life and they feel like they're adrift, that's when they meet you. That's when they come into contact with you. And I feel like, again, there's that unconditional love. You really kind of like help heal their hearts. You help restore these things within them. These might be things that you yourself have struggled with, and that's why you kind of understand it so deeply. You could share your spiritual lessons with this person or with the people that you help, and that makes them feel less alone. You could have a community that's based around spiritual concepts or principles, or your spiritual work, and that's like, it's like you bring people in. Your biggest strength through healing is that you make people feel connected again, and it's not just to you, but it's to other people. So you could introduce them even to like new ideas, new concepts, new hobbies, and that connects them to other people. You could, like, let's say you have people who are like, they're developing an interest in something, and it's like you support them, you go with them. A card just flew off the top of the deck when I tried to move it. It's inner conflict resolution. I feel like you help people come to terms with endings in their life, as well as the transitions that need to occur from those endings. and you help them kind of come to peace with what is taking place in their healing journey. It feels like you support people in finding their place, in finding the next steps on their journey. And again, it's like you're the conduit, you're the bridge. You get them from A to B. You get them from like, okay, they just got out of something that was really challenging, and then you're kind of supporting them and holding them and like, you know, guiding them into this next phase where there will be people on the other side to kind of welcome them, whether it's a new friend group, a new hobby, a new family system, like whatever it is, you help them with that transition very heavily. This is very sweet. Oh my goodness. The Devil. Some of you really help people who are going through some type of like addiction, withdrawal. They're having to cut this devil energy out. Yeah, there's that Page of Swords. And like I said, there could be a learning component. Excuse me, there's a communicative component here. So some of you like really help people when they're like learning how to leave this behind, right? Maybe learning not to go back to that ex, learning about like toxic family systems, learning about learning a new way to do things. Because I cut the deck and we have the Six of Pentacles. So a way that is healthier for them, a way that is, yeah, so Six of Pentacles, High Priestess, and at the bottom was the Ace of Pentacles. When people are learning about a new path, a new, more like stable, secure way of doing things that is more in alignment with what they know, that they're like their higher spiritual purposes with that High Priestess, right? What Spirit is asking them to do. Yeah, let's get more cards. I feel like you guys are really good listeners because I almost don't want to talk a whole lot for your reading. Yeah, the Three of Fire. So you help people connect with a different future for themselves. A lot of you guys, you help people escape their past by helping them find the bridge to their future and encouraging them. Yeah, the Magician, helping them manifest something completely new for themselves. I feel like you can regenerate your heart space easier than most people. I don't want to say very easily, but easier than most people could or would. So you may have been through some really heavy shit yourself, and like you're coming out the other side in better shape than most people would in that situation. The Moon in reverse. A lot of major arcana here, so you play a really big role in people's lives. Like this, what you're offering is very important. Nine of Cups, and then I want to look at this one. The King of Wands in reverse. Okay, and the Eight of Swords at the bottom. I feel like you help people manifest a new life for themselves, but before they can do that, there's a sense here of being able to see themselves clearly with the Moon in reverse, right? Looking at their subconscious clearly. And I'm almost getting with this version of the Nine of Cups, looking at self-indulgent patterns that are more like self-soothing patterns that have kept them with the King of Wands in reverse from going after what they want, that keep them from truly learning and absorbing the entirety of their spiritual lessons. It's like the people that you help, they would be very spiritually powerful if they could let go of their like maladaptive coping mechanisms. So you might meet people who have gone through some really difficult things, and the difference between you and them is, like I said, I feel like you can regenerate your heart space pretty quickly. They might struggle and they might get lost in the coping, like the coping period after, right? And so it's like they could create anything. They could make magic happen if only they could let go of this one thing. If only they could even let go of, it feels like grief and sorrow from having to release. So like, let's say this is somebody who, you know, has to cut off a toxic family system, and they do it, which is amazing and really challenging. They might get so lost in the grief of not, you know, having to go through that they have some type of unhealthy habit. Maybe they develop a drinking problem, or, you know, they are like always destroying their relationships, or they have like a gambling issue, whatever it might be. They get so lost in coping with that because some part of them is like they need healing, they need love. A lot of them at that point, they, you know, there's an aspect of their self-love relationship they need to work on, and it feels like you give them that love and support. Synergy of Medic. You give them that love and support that they need to finally let go of those last little vestiges of grief, those last little vestiges of what's keeping them stuck, so they can kind of become their best version, right? And again, that community and web weaving, it feels like you connect people to other individuals or to like the next chapter of their life that's going to help take them further, right? That's going to help them find their place. Very important here. Some of you guys have Aquarius in like a healer's like spot in your chart. So you might have Aquarius in the 12th house. You might have, I'm trying to think if anybody would most likely have, I don't think most people who watch this channel would have Chiron in Aquarius, but you could have, I'm just doing the math on how long Chiron's transit is, but like in a healing capacity. So Aquarius in the 11th, Aquarius in the 12th. Some of you have Moon in Aquarius, which I wouldn't always say that, but that might be pertinent here. But I do see that. Yeah, there's that Three of Pentacles and it's reversed. It feels like it's people who have gone through things and it's like they made it through, but the big issue is that they're disconnected from spirit, or they just don't want to connect with other people. They get so badly wounded, they don't want to connect with other people. They feel like they don't have anyone to travel the long road ahead with. Part of your gift, in addition to loving people well, and introducing them to that unconditional love, is you help get them to the next stage where they do connect with their long-term like their people, right? Their soul family, the people they're going to do their spiritual work with. That might be that Aquarian 11th house energy coming through. Yeah, and there's that Queen of Wands reversed. So the King and the Queen of Wands reversed. You help people connect to their spiritual energy. You help people connect to because the King and Queen of Wands have been through so much, but they have wisdom to share for it. They still have passion. They still have drive. They still have determination and tenacity in the face of challenge. It doesn't mean it's easy for them, but they've learned how to find that. They dig deep in the heart space and find those indomitable qualities of the human spirit. You help people get back in touch with that. The Star, and there's Aquarius showing up. You help people get back into divine alignment, or get into divine alignment. So yeah, this is really, really beautiful. I kind of want to pull just like a couple of cards to see like bits of advice that your guides would have. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. The first piece of advice is make sure you're replenishing your own cup. Make sure you're not overgiving. Make sure you also know when to, I don't want to say cut someone off, but yeah, when your help is no longer helping them. Does that make sense? Yeah, Two of Swords reversed. There's a sense here of being very decisive about when to offer this unconditional love and when not to. Cancer's energy showing up. Eight of Cups, exactly. Very clear message. So the message here is this is an incredibly beautiful gift and you have a really big impact in people's lives. I feel like a lot of people get very attached to your energy. Excuse my burp. A lot of people get really attached to your energy. A lot of people might hang on to you, might cling to you. A lot of people, it's kind of like what you offer is really potent medicine, but there's a point to taper off that medicine. There's a point where, like, you know, people need to kind of get back out there and start doing the work for themselves. So the message for you guys, the advice here, and I've picked this up more strongly with you guys than I got advice for the last couple of groups. The advice here is to know when to say when, know when to cut somebody off, know beyond the shadow of a doubt what your intentions are in helping somebody so you can stay on the right track with them and they're not going to drain you or throw you too far off course. Yeah, because the Five of Cups reversed, the main point here is to help them move through grief. The main point is to help them see the opportunities that are still available to them, see what spirit has still presented them, and possibly even like encourage them to go try those things or encourage them to move in that direction. If somebody is committed to staying in that energy or making the wrong decisions repeatedly, just know when to cut them off. Know when it is no longer healthy for them, and certainly when it's no longer healthy for you. Yeah, because I cut the deck again. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. Know when to throw in the towel with people. You can't save everybody. And that's not even what your spiritual role is. You're not meant to be working in that intense capacity for a super long time. A lot of you guys, you might have like people come in and out of your life a lot because you're meant to provide potent energy for a short period of time. But then they're meant to be, you know, with that community aspect, they're meant to be moving on to the next stage of their journey, the next stage of their healing. And so it's okay to know when to release that, when to, you know, hand that off to spirit, hand that off to the next part of their journey. So this is what I'm seeing for you guys today. I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. We love and appreciate you. And yeah, like I said, if you're looking for this reading for yourself, that will be linked down below. You can book with me through my website. I'd love to get the chance to connect with you further at a more individualized level. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Take care, stay safe, be well, and all that good jazz. Take care, friends.